Happy holidays, bakers! So today I'm going to be using another flavor that's really popular this time of year that I don't think people bake with very often, but I found a recipe and I decided I absolutely had to make it. So today, our featured ingredient is eggnog. So for those of you who love eggnog, I'm still coming around on it, but it is really good. It's something about nutmeg and cinnamon on top with the eggnog flavor just screams Christmas and the holiday season to most people. So we're going to take that and we're going to infuse it into a delicious, sweet, quick bread. So basically a quick bread is brought together just like you would a cake batter, but baked in a bread pan. Say that 3 times fast. So I'm going to be using the small loaf pan today. I have a large one as well. You could do 1 large loaf if you wanted, or you could do mini loaves. That's what I'm going to do. They make really great gifts and they keep really well. Throw them in the fridge. You could probably leave them in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. So they're great to have over the holidays. You can eat a little in the morning for breakfast. You can have some for a snack, or you could most certainly serve it as dessert. So let's get started. So I have my white granulated sugar in here. Also my oil, and we're just going to mix that up. Now I'll put the recipe in the description below, so you don't have to worry about trying to remember everything that I'm putting in. Also, if you haven't already, please give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and your little notification bell in the corner. That way you get notified as soon as I upload something new. And we have lots of fun new things coming in 2020. Okay, so to that, I'm going to add our spices and baking powder, salt, nutmeg, and cinnamon. You can use a small amount, like 1/8 of a teaspoon of clove as well. I don't happen to favor clove so much as a spice, so I leave that one out and just go with the nutmeg and the cinnamon, but that is totally up to you. So this is going to go straight into the bowl. It is fixed with the paddle attachment if you're using a stand mixer. It smells so good. I love the smell of nutmeg at the holidays. Okay, so that's pretty well incorporated. Now we're going to add our eggs. Eggs, room temperature. Just going to add those in one at a time and make sure that they get incorporated. Like I said, this bread makes the perfect gift. It's a great thing to have around for Christmas morning. When gifts are being unwrapped with some coffee, your eggnog bread, it would be like everything that you could possibly need. I mean, you might need a Christmas cookie too, but. Okay, so eggs are in. Next you want to add vanilla. You can do about a teaspoon of vanilla. You could use another extract if you wanted, but I think the vanilla just really complements the flavors. That's mixing and mingling. So we're already almost done, believe it or not. It's really that easy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to alternate with our flour and our eggnog, pouring them in, mixing them half and half. So what I'm going to do here is we'll go in with some of the flour, and then while that's mixing in, you want to pour in a little bit of the eggnog, and you just keep alternating until you have it all finished. So flour, eggnog here. This will make a nice smooth texture, and by combining it this way, it makes it a lot easier so that the flour doesn't clump up and then you're not trying to beat it smooth at the end and over mixing it. Doing it this way makes it smooth from the beginning, so it's less mixing time, which makes it less tough. You get a fluffier, lighter bread. You can use this method for cakes as well. I certainly do. A little bit more. Oh my gosh, it looks really good. I'm excited. And now this bread will get topped with an eggnog glaze, which is just powdered sugar, and you use a little bit of eggnog in it to thin it to make it an icing. And you'll only want to put that on after the bread is completely cool, stone cold. Otherwise, it's just going to run right off. You don't have to do the glaze. You can just do the bread. That's totally up to you. I saw some recipes where they do a streusel topping on the bread before it's baked as well. If you want to experiment that way, you certainly can. All right, so I'm going to show you the batter here. It looks beautiful. It's creamy and smooth and delicious. Let the bowl down. So it should be a medium texture batter. It doesn't need to run right off, but you don't want it to be thick. You don't want to have a nice, even ribbon. I think that's going to make a big difference. So then you just want to grab your prepared pan here. My pan, as I've said before, with bundt cakes as well, buttered and floured, never pan. It makes a world of difference. And then you just can pour this into your pan. Now, depending on the size that you're doing, will depend, of course, on your baking time. So what I'm actually going to do is about 40 minutes and then test from there on out, because you don't want to overcook this. No one wants a dry bread. So I would do 40 minutes at 350, which I have my oven preheated here. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Make sure they're even. If they're not, just scoop some from one and share. And then once they come out of the oven, I like to let them sit and cool for 40 minutes untouched. Try to flip them out too early. You have a good chance of the bread cracking and breaking in the center, which you don't want. So run a knife around the edge of your pan at about 40 minutes, flip them out, let them cool completely on a wire rack, and then you are ready to serve it up. Like I said, if you want to do glaze on top, you certainly can. That's what I'm going to do when they're all finished. You can even dust it with a little cinnamon sugar as well to bring that flavor that's inside, outside on the glaze. I think it will be absolutely delicious. I hope you make this and I hope you enjoy it. If I don't get another video up this year, don't worry. I will be back in 2020 with all kinds of fun food and baking challenges, guest stars, people who are going to join me on my channel, and as always, I'm taking requests, so if there's something you'd like to see, just hit me up in the comments below and let me know, and I'll be happy to make a video. But until then, happy holidays and have a wonderful new year.